Hey guys, welcome back to The Sports Entertainer. There are a lot of wrestling news stories to bring you guys today, so let's look at all the headlines for this episode, including is a world champion walking out of WWE, a big change to Rhodes versus Paul at WWE King and Queen of the Ring, a WWE star is wrestling on borrowed time, and much more. We'll get into our first story right after the intro, so let's not waste any time and get started. First up is a world champion walking out of WWE. We begin today's video with some very interesting news regarding the contract status of the Women's World Champion Becky Lynch, and while it doesn't seem like this story's getting a lot of attention, it's actually pretty shocking when you find out the details, as it was revealed on May 11th through Fightful Select, that Becky's current WWE contract was reportedly set to expire in 3 weeks from that date, and that no new deal with the company had been signed, which means that Becky's WWE contract is basically up at the end of this month most likely, which obviously is a bit concerning, and here was a blurb from the article Forbes put out a couple of days ago regarding things getting down to the wire when it comes to contract talks between WWE and Becky Lynch. WWE has just days to sign Becky Lynch to a new contract, or else the man will become pro wrestling's hottest free agent. According to Fightful Select, HT Cageside Seats, the current WWE Women's World Champion has yet to sign a new contract. Though there have been ongoing conversations between WWE and Becky Lynch about a new contract, Fightful Select reports that no deal is in place with just weeks to go before Lynch's current contract expires at the end of this month. Now, Becky Lynch is currently set to defend her Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan at the WWE King and Queen of the Ring event in Saudi Arabia later this month, and considering there have been no updates suggesting that Becky has signed any new deals with the company, is there a chance that WWE have Liv Morgan win the Women's World title from Becky at King and Queen of the Ring on May 25th, and Becky then walks away from WWE after not signing a new deal? There were rumors after WrestleMania 40 that both Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch were going to be taking breaks from WWE, but clearly Rhea Ripley's injury caused WWE to make sure Becky stayed around, as she was the one Triple H chose to win Ripley's vacated title. But perhaps Becky Lynch still plans to take a break and isn't going to sign a new contract right away when her current deal expires at the end of the month. I guess what we can say is that Becky's status is completely up in the air right now despite being the Women's World Champ, and let us know if you guys believe she'll re-sign before the contract expires at the end of the month, or do you foresee Becky losing the title to Liv Morgan at the upcoming show, and then taking a break from WWE before working out a new deal? Next up, Rikishi asks fans to send prayers for Jimmy Uso. The now former Bloodline member Jimmy Uso has sadly been absent and missing from WWE television since the vicious betrayal by Solo Sikoa on Friday Night SmackDown last month, which saw Solo take his frustrations out on Jimmy Uso and replace him in the Bloodline with the debuting Tama Tonga, and ever since then, Jimmy Uso has been radio silent and hasn't been seen or heard from whatsoever. Now it was reported on April 24th by Fightful Select that Jimmy Uso was legitimately injured, which adds some clarity regarding Jimmy's ongoing hiatus from WWE, some unfortunate news to emerge out of the WWE draft pool announcements. Fightful Select has learned that Jimmy Uso has been sidelined with an undisclosed injury. We weren't given details on how long he's out, but it was enough to keep him out of the WWE draft pool after being booted from the Bloodline. We wish Jimmy a speedy recovery. Now, WWE legend Rikishi took to social media a couple of days ago on Instagram asking fans to send prayers for Jimmy Uso, with the caption of this post being "Born a King, Jimmy, pray up y'all, #Fatus, #father and son." While Rikishi's post is likely to get fans to send prayers for Jimmy Uso's storyline recovery from his vicious removal from the Bloodline by Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, the fact of the matter is Jimmy Uso is legitimately injured right now, so we send prayers to Jimmy for a swift recovery nonetheless, and hopefully Jimmy Uso is brought back in the fold in WWE when the real Tribal Chief Roman Reigns returns. Next up, big change to Rhodes versus Paul at WWE King and Queen of the Ring. Now, most fans were under the belief that Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul at King and Queen of the Ring was going to be a winner-takes-all match with both the Undisputed Championship and the United States Championship on the line, especially considering Cody has been talking about becoming a Grand Slam champion in WWE should he win the United States title from Paul. However, on Friday Night SmackDown this week, during the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul, Logan pulled off quite a stunt where he refused to go along with the winner takes all match stipulation, and because of the lawyer he brought with him threatening legal action, Cody Rhodes was basically forced to sign a contract that will see Cody's undisputed championship on the line, whereas Logan Paul will remain the United States champ, regardless of whether he wins or loses this match with Cody. A slimy tactic from Logan Paul for sure, but it all but confirms that Rhodes will be remaining the undisputed champ when King and Queen of the Ring 2024 is over and done with. Next up, a WWE star is wrestling on borrowed time. Now, there has definitely been a lot of concern regarding Ivar's status in WWE over the past couple of days, following a report from Fightful Select that Ivar's injury angle is not a work, and that the big man is legitimately injured, with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reporting, regarding reports that Ivar's injury is a work, we're told that isn't true whatsoever. The severity of the injury isn't known as of yet, but we're told Ivar has long wrestled as if he's on borrowed time after his double fusion surgery. Now, Ivar took to social media yesterday to address all the speculation of a serious injury, and Ivar essentially confirmed this sad news. No matter what happens, I owe it to everyone who ever believed in me to do everything I can to get back in that ring, under those lights, and in front of the most amazing fans on the planet. See you as soon as I can. That being said, I want to thank everyone for the outpouring of love and support, not only after finding out I was injured, but throughout the last several months. I have heard you all. Now we wish Ivar a speedy recovery and hope he'll be able to return to the ring at some point in the future, as it would be downright tragic if his in-ring career was to be cut so incredibly short. So let's keep Ivar in our thoughts and prayers right now and hope he makes a full recovery from this serious injury. Next up, WWE legend Jerry Lawler suffers minor stroke. Now, Hall of Famer Jerry Lawler's health has been quite the concern over the past several months, as Lawler suffered a stroke back in February 2023, which resulted in Jerry being hospitalized to undergo surgery. And it has just been revealed by Dutch Mantle that Jerry Lawler apparently suffered another minor stroke recently, last month to be specific, saying the following on his podcast: "Well, this is another little thing that I heard through the little grapevine, but I heard he had another one, a minor one, but he did have another one within the last 2 or 3 weeks, I heard, or it may have been a month. It must not have been a lot to it." Now we wish Jerry Lawler a speedy recovery, and we will continue to monitor this situation as new details emerge regarding Jerry's health situation. Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.